Do you think, I'm assuming, LGBT community and the black church can coexist?
Absolutely.
Let me push that question because
Do you believe I'm expecting a LGBT people group in the dark church can coincide totally? Let me push that question cause hi, I once had Diddy message me welcome to the family. Yet I was by a platinum selling meeker who was one of his companions T.D. Jake revealing insight into charges. Encompassing his and his child's implied contribution in a gay way of life, the account digs into claims that T.D. Jake's significant other Serita Jake has for quite some time known about his supposed sexuality. Stay tuned. As we examine these unfurling improvements in view of different virtual entertainment sources, questions have emerged about T.D. Jake's association with rapper Shay Brushes, otherwise called Puff Daddy or Diddy, already in an 11-year relationship with Cassie Ventura that finished in 2018, is as of now confronting legitimate activity from Cassie, who affirms rape and rehashed actual maltreatment. Cassie has introduced indisputable proof, bringing cleric T.G. Jakes into the spotlight in the midst of the debate. The case recommends that the diocesan went to Diddy's occasions, including same orientation cozy exercises, adding intricacy to the claims a young fellow from the Potter's home is blaming his previous minister for sexual maltreatment during his underage years. Moreover, it is claimed that the wedded minister has shown a more grounded revenue in men than ladies. This tendency isn't simply credited to diocesan Jake yet. In addition, stretches out to his two most established in a new episode of Digital Broadcast. A previous partner of T.D. Jakes made surprising disclosures about the famous minister, his significant other Serita Jakes, and her too. The partner guaranteed that Serita knew about T.D. Jakes' homosexuality before their marriage, proposing that she went into the association to disguise his way of life. This choice was purportedly made decisively credited to the Jakes' acknowledgement of Serita and her two children who were not naturally his own. The source underlined how T.D. Jake embraced Serita and regarded her kids as though they were his own, making areas of strength for that apparently prompted steadfast faithfulness from Serita to investigate these disclosures. Further, pay attention to the particular episode on the webcast. Sympathetically tune in through the whole sound, as the end contains the most stunning data thing I share here. I'm not stressed over being sued, and just to be certain that anybody listening comprehends that I will be giving the main introductory of names, okay there. We are individuals talking who are sharing reports, yet, not we all are sharing tales. Okay, I had a guide from 1999 to 2000. She was my coach, Mr. R.O.K. His most memorable name began with ER, so Mr. R's it to be a boundary in her home. Now my tutor let me know Mr. R is gay. And his better half knows he's gay. Who? Mr. R was a piece of the ecclesiastical staff. He turned into a clergyman, and he was exceptionally near T.D. Jakes. Okay, and she said he told her that you realize he planned to impart a things to her, that she would never tell anyone. Thus, later on, she tells me, and a couple of others that he came. They had set up a period and day for him to come to her home. He came and he chatted with her for a few hours, unveiling stuff behind the service stuff, and she let us know a few things I can never tell you all yet. Everything he shared with her was that T.I. Jake was gay, and that T.D. Jakes had a relationship with a man. Now I will pause and say whether that man was Mr. R, I don't know, since she never let us know that. However, at that point, she let us know there are things I can never say, I can never tell, since I swore you realize that I wouldn't let you know a portion of the stuff that he let me know. I'll tell you when they overcame talking. She left that congregation, my guy did, and it crushed her, not excessively lengthy, after the things that Mr. R imparted to her, and sore her to mystery, till she had a stroke. I generally accepted. I actually accept it now that it was the stuff he told her. That to her having that stroke on the grounds that the course of events was excessively close. The Jakes have 5 kids, young men, both their names start with a J. One is light-skinned, one is darker looking. The facts confirm that the 2 more established children are gay. The 2 more seasoned children are not his naturally. They're not the children of Jake. Now the children, one is hazier skin. The hazier clean child is the person who was trapped in Keith's Park quite a long time back. Now the 2 children, they are not the natural offspring of Thomas. Okay. When before Serita was a high schooler mother. Okay, she had both of the young men when she was a young lady, and in a little while, I couldn't say whether it was years. I don't have the foggiest idea about the time period of Between her having and her gathering Thomas that piece of their story, I don't know yet. One of the incredible things that made her go gaga for Thomas was that he acknowledged her two young men, and yes, he did later embrace them, so he's the man that raised them. Since I know nothing about their organic dad, I don't have the foggiest idea what his identity is. That is the part I can't say. My coach told me, and I will always remember this. In the past, the Jakes resided close to what isn't Whitestone Lake in Dallas. Okay, they had a home. They used to have a home around there, and she let me know her companion was essential for this gathering that had gone to the house, yet I don't have any idea the number of meetings they that had yet. This was a period, as I said before, where individuals sort of saw homosexuality contrastingly, particularly in the congregation. Thus, they accepted that it was a malicious soul. It very well may be projected out. Thus, she was letting me know that the companion had said that they had a couple of meetings at the Jakes home where they were attempting to project Satan out of these two young men, and I recollect that I will always remember she told me she said, and they said each time they would reach a place where they assumed they planned to project him out, Jake would leave the room. Why, I don't have any idea what he was leaving space for. I don't have the foggiest idea. When everything emerges over the course of the following long stretches of time about Thomas, T.D. Jake, which represents Thomas Dexter. For the individuals who may not realize, I would rather not expect everybody understands a big motivator for that. I believe that every one of you should comprehend that Serita was a piece of the cover-up. So frequently when things emerge about these spouses, the wives, no one actually the wives get to put on an act individuals, except at least for now, that they're blameless, similar to the Vanessa Long Eddie Long circumstance individuals, except for the time being that they're guiltless. Well, the wife sort of skates off and individuals see her like a yet. That is never the case. It's never the situation when ladies like Sarah come partake in. When I say taking part in, don't mean fundamentally the demonstration, I mean oblige the concealment and imagining that not what it is that gets this, what that compels these things happen for quite a long time and years on the grounds that as ladies we have influence, and when we leave a man individuals realize something's up. What I'm talking about is the point at which everything comes out. I don't believe anybody should resemble a poor Serita. No, it won't be poor Serita. Individuals have returned data once again to Serita for a really long time about her significant other, yet there came when certain things were get returning to her, and afterward he assumed control over her email. Listen, Thomas purchases Sarita's garments. He's constantly gotten her garments, thus you got to comprehend the sort of state Serita was in when she met Thomas. What might she have done on the off chance that she left him? She didn't not have anything. She had nothing. She came from nothing. She was a virus excavator's little girl. When I say she came from nothing, I don't mean she as an individual isn't significant. What I'm talking about is she didn't come from distinction or cash or any such thing. She was an unfortunate young lady who had come from potential gain, a mountain in West Virginia, and it was a result of him that you realize she is and has generally that she does so. I don't know. I'm doing whatever it takes not to get into her brain and comprehend the reason why she remained, why she was all right with him having the extra Mattel connections. I don't have the foggiest idea about at this point. It's obvious that I'm not even certain if she could have at any point had anything had it not been for himself. Thus perhaps she felt some kind of dedication to him for due to that. I don't have any idea. And he took her two children that she had out of wet. Look again. Not a disgracing explanation. I'm trying to say that since that is the expression we used to utilize, and he raised them, I will not be stunned by anything that emerges yet. I truly do realize many individuals are. And I trust that they don't place it in that frame of mind of God. You realize God has nothing to do with these people wrecks and plans and dozing around and whoremongering. He doesn't have anything to do with it. You need to comprehend it wasn't God permitting, it was us permitting. These bits of gossip have been out for a really long time. Why the congregation never considered him responsible, perhaps he would have plunked down a long time back in spite of the online entertainment bits of hearsay naming T. Jakes. A power base his significant other firmly upholds him. Not long after news surfaced about T.D. Jakes' supposed Hollywood embarrassment, she posted via online entertainment, recommending that difficulties are essential for God's arrangement to fortify them. She underscored Priest Jakes, declaring 2024 as the time of purifying and speaking success into weak spots, confronting difficulties with the certainty that trust